There it is. The mug. A mug, a box, some packaging supplies like sealed air, bubbled wrap, or packing peanuts, and a USPS padded flat rate envelope, which we will also discuss later on. So this is a standard 14-ounce white mug with a handle. This packing tutorial will also work for slightly bigger mugs. So shipping within the US, priority mail flat rate envelope that is padded is the way you want to go. You often have to order these online, and later on in the tutorial I will show you how to order these online. But this is the padded flat rate envelope. It is more flexible than the standard flat rate envelope they have out of paper. I have never tried the paper ones, but I doubt that the mug will actually fit inside the paper one because, again, the paper one is very stiff. So this is super flexible, and it usually gets to your buyer within 2 to 3 days, again, if you live in the US. It's also tracked and insured, so you do not have to worry about purchasing extra tracking or extra insurance. So obviously we're not just going to be putting a mug inside this flat rate envelope. It would break. You need a box. The largest box that fits inside the USPS flat rate envelope is an 8 by 5 by 4. Alternatively, it's 4 by 5 by 8. I purchased my boxes from Uline. And once folded, this is the largest box size that will fit inside this envelope. And the motto of USPS Priority Mail is, if it fits, it ships. I've been packaging mugs in these kind of boxes and envelopes for well over a year. I have never had anyone from USPS say anything to me. Okay. So obviously the first step is to actually unfold your box. Then I usually put 2 handfuls of packing peanuts inside, or maybe 3 handfuls. You kind of gotta just make sure it covers the bottom of the box. If you don't have packing peanuts, don't worry about it. I mean, I got mine from Uline as well. You can probably use bubble wrap. The next thing I do is I take my mug and put it in the center with its handle facing the side. And I put sealed air bags on either side of the mug. Again, things are substitutable. You can use bubble wrap. Just make sure that the mug doesn't have a lot of place to move because, you know, USPS and FedEx and UPS, they throw their packages around. Just make sure it doesn't have a lot of place to move, but don't make it too tight. Just make sure it's snug in there. I would put 1 square or even 2 squares on either side of the mug. This right here is 1 large square. And even with bubble wrap, maybe it's a little bit more beneficial because you can actually use the bubble wrap to kind of cover the top of the mug. If you want extra protection with the handle, you can either wrap newspaper around the handle, it's too hard. Like that. I don't do it so much anymore because I find that the airbags really do their job. Or you can obviously use bubble wrap to wrap the handle. Especially if you have like a more delicate handle. Like this is a very sturdy handle. But if you're wrapping maybe a tea mug, I would probably put some bubble wrap around the handle gently. But going back to how I usually do it, the mug goes in the middle, 2 airbags sorry, I'm just going to keep calling them airbags, go on either side. And packing peanuts go on top. If you want added protection, I used to fill the inside of mugs with wadded up newspaper, and I don't actually know if it does anything, but you know, better safe than sorry for some people. I have never once gotten a damage claim from a customer. So then obviously you have to close the box as you normally would close any regular box. So shake test, but we don't really need to. I don't feel anything moving inside. Next we put it in the envelope. Okay, so it is a super tight fit. So once you get the hang of it, it'll be cool. I mean, you'll be good. In the beginning, it might seem like it won't fit inside of here, but trust me, it will fit inside. You just gotta push it in. The biggest hang-ups that I have are the corners. As you can see, yeah, the corners kind of drag the envelope a little bit, but you just gotta turn the envelope around, especially these corners where you folded the box. You gotta go over the corners, make sure they're not snagging the envelope because we don't want any holes in the envelope. And then at the end, I just kind of grab the envelope list. Is that what it's called? The list, the opening, and push it in. So I packed it a little bit crooked. You see that? If you packed it well, it should sit right in the middle, so it should be a little bit over to this side. But it's not a big deal, it will still work, it will still fit. And then USPS, the padded flat rate envelopes, it comes with this amazing glue. So you just rip off their little seal for the glue, and you gotta kind of stretch it. Hold on, let me just push it more inside. Stretch it one here, and then this stretches quite a lot. Get the glue on there. Again, the glue is really strong, so I hit a little bit of a snag here, but it won't matter. The glue is super, super strong. It's not like the regular envelopes you have. This is like, you see, I can literally lift it up by where I just put it, and it will not budge, even though I did a terrible job with that. If you do a good job, then hallelujah to you. Sometimes I have like, when I do a really bad job, I have like a little bit of a hole here. I just put tape on it. No one has ever noticed it. And again, if it fits, it ships. So if I were to walk into the post office with this and go to the counter and ask for them to ship it to, I don't know, Long Island, New York, they would tell me that the fee for shipping it would be $6.10. If I wanted to ship it to California, it'd be $6.10. Michigan, $6.10. You get the idea. Everywhere within the US, it is $6.10. Now, if you're interested in saving a little bit of money, all we have to do is learn to navigate around the USPS website, which we're going to do later on anyway because we need to order these padded flat rate envelopes from their website. I guarantee you that any USPS post office you walk into will not have the padded flat rate envelopes in stock. I've been to maybe around 10 post offices local to my area, and not one of them had the padded flat rate envelope in stock. I always have to order them off of their website. But if you want to save on shipping charges itself, you just go on a feature on their website that they call Print and Ship. This tutorial will now transition into learning to navigate their website to order the padded flat rate envelopes, and later on how to save 40 cents per mug for shipping. Because again, if you use Print and Ship, you do save some money. Anywhere to the US, instead of being $6.10, it's going to be $5.70. So if you ship a few mugs, it will make a pretty big difference. Here we have the USPS website. First, I'm going to hopefully show you how to successfully mail and ship or print and ship your priority mail flat rate bubbles envelopes. And then if you need it, I will show you how to actually order these envelopes online. I'm already logged in to the USPS website. You will most likely at some point be prompted to make an account. I'm not going to explain how to make an account. It's pretty self-evident, I would think. But you just go on USPS.com, you go on mail and ship, then you go on print and ship. I filled in my P.O. box here just so you guys can't be creepers and stalk me. If you want to send me cool little mails, then feel free to, because I love letters. Anyway, so you do go here, print and ship. It will take you to this page. This is your return address. So right here, just put my name, my address. Everything, obviously, that's star marked is required. So you just need to fill in all of those things. Blah, 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 blah. This is where you're sending it to. This is pretty self-evident stuff. I'm just going to put in my stuff here. Okay? If you have more than one person you're sending it to, like if you're trying to create 5 different mailings at the same time, that's not a problem. You just click Start a Batch Order. As you can see, it will give you like a new screen to fill out, and the previous person you filled out is right there. So let's send one to my brother, who also conveniently lives at the P.O. box. This is the wrong zip code. Oh well, that's the right zip code. I put the wrong one before. Okay, so you will have officially 2 people you're sending it to now. You can, I'm not sure how many you can add. I think I've had up to 20. Wait, I think I've had up to 14-ish before. I don't think there's a limit. I've had quite a lot before is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, choose a shipping date. So today is the 10th of December. If you're planning on shipping it out tomorrow, just pick that date. And then this is where you are going to select I am shipping flat rate, because you are going to be shipping flat rate if you are choosing to use the priority mail flat rate envelope method. So because you're shipping flat rate, it doesn't matter how much the package weighs. Obviously, you're not going to put anything over 70 pounds in that small envelope. So yeah, enter package value. I always put 15 because my mugs are like worth $15. So full show. Then when you're all finished, there should be check marks. 5 check marks all along here. If there's not a check mark, so let's go back here and erase this. There we go. There will be a red little symbol. That means you need to return back to this section. Boom. You can just click it. You see how it does that? Oh my god, technology is awesome. Let's try it again. Whee! Okay. And you need to fill out something here. Like, this is very self-evident for me, so sorry if I sound condescending. But hopefully I don't just sound like a stupid idiot who is just telling you that the screen in this section is white and the screen in that section is gray. Like, I hope I'm actually helping some of you. And then I click View Available Services, and you have a bunch of options here. You basically just need to read it. So the one that we are doing, unless you have chosen a different one, is the Priority Mail Padded Flat Rate Envelope. So because we have 2 people, it's calculating the price for 2 packages. Let us remove this one. Now you have 1 person that you're sending it to. This is the price for 1. Okay? Yay. This is 1-day delivery because, like, obviously I'm sending it from this zip code, and it's going to the same zip code. So usually you will see 2-day delivery. Sometimes if you have a zone that's really far away, like you are in New York, and you're sending it to, dear Lord, USPS, what are you doing? And you're sending it to California, you might see 3 days. The highest that I've ever seen for myself personally is 3 days. Okay, then these packages are insured for up to $50. Now, if you were to put $51 here, this would change. Hold on, let's do it again. Now, insurance for packages valued up to $50 is free. It gives you an option to insure for the $1 more that you put here. You know, it gives you an option to insure for the rest. If you want it, then it will add it onto your total. What do you do? If you don't want it, then just unclick it, and it will deduct it from your total. You can also have these cool signatures, you know, get people's autographs if you want them, yada yada yada. But I never do that. So priority mail, padded flat rate envelope, insured up to $50 with tracking and often 2-day delivery, costs me $5.70. If I were to go into the post office, and believe me, I did in the beginning, I always paid $6.10. So you have a savings of 40 cents. It might not seem like a lot, but one, it's more convenient this way because you are not waiting in line at the post office, obviously. In my town, I usually had to wait like even 15 minutes before I got to the counter. And also, you're not holding up the line when you have like 15 packages that they need to put the addresses in for. It just saves you time at home in your computer, and it also saves you, you know, 40 cents per package. That adds up so quickly. I added it to my cart, took me to the shopping cart, and then you just put next billing information. You always have to agree to pay their little, whatever this is. I don't know what that is. I never read that. You can use a credit card or use PayPal. I'm going to be using PayPal. I paid with PayPal. Now you have a payment confirmation. You know, this is just basically your payment confirmation page. And you can also access it from going to your account. I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. But this is the main page, and I usually print labels without receipt because I don't need a receipt. If you want a receipt, then you can print one with a receipt, obviously. But it just saves me ink if I print it without a receipt, and also I just throw the receipts in the garbage, so why would I print it with a receipt? Then you just select your labels. To select all, you just click this button up here if you have like more than one label, and then you click print labels. This is how it will look. There you go. There is your priority mail shipping. You cut this out. I don't cut here. I just cut around the entire rectangle and I tape it to the front of my flat rate envelope. You just tape it on there. And yeah, this is your tracking number right here. Now, I usually print this out, tape it on there, and just that's what I do. And then if I want to access it for some reason later, like if somebody is like, oh my goodness, where is my tracking number? Then you just go log into your profile, and you go to activity history. Okay, this is the one I just placed. Click and ship labeled, order placed on the 10th, which is today. You click view details. You can see how much I paid. And then to actually see the person that you addressed it to, you click on this button right here. See, this is the label that I just made. You can view this right now because, hold on, where's the little thing? Okay, you can, I meant to say, let's go back really quickly. So this is just this is self-explanatory, I hope, right? This is the tracking number, this is the delivery address, this is the date you placed the order on, this is the payment. You don't need all this stuff. If somebody is asking you for a tracking number, you just need to copy and paste this for them. If for some reason you need more details or you need to reprint it because it didn't come out of your printer, you just click View and you can click Print or Reprint. And this will let you reprint it until 12 or 11:59 p.m. of the day that you selected you will be shipping it. So if I selected back earlier on that I am going to be shipping it today, the 10th, then it will let me reprint this out until 11:59 today. If I selected that I'm going to be shipping it the 11th, tomorrow, it will let me reprint it out until 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So if I wanted to print it out at 12 a.m. tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to do that anymore. Now, I'm going to automatically just request a refund because obviously I don't need this sent to myself. That's also the cool thing. If for some reason you made something, oh right, if you, this is what I do actually quite a few times. So I usually make a label and then sometimes it just gets lost because I have just so much stuff laying around. And I obviously can't reprint the label because the shipping date's probably passed. And so instead of like trying to reprint it or whatnot, you always have to request a refund. And it takes quite a while for them to process the refund. I think mine at one point took at least 2 weeks. Oh yeah, it should be processed on 12-24, so that is quite a while. But regardless, you just click, request a refund, it will be processed, and then I would redo the entire print and ship if you lost the label and you can't reprint it anymore. Now, in terms of ordering the flat rate envelopes, go on USPS.com, type in flat, what should we type in? Yeah, flat rate envelope, flat rate envelope. Okay, did you guys see that? Flat rate envelope. It's like really easy. You literally just search for it. It says envelopes, you click it. Priority flat padded rate envelope. It's free. $0. It just takes them like 3 to 5 days to actually deliver it to you. But you can choose pack of 15 or pack of 10, and you can choose, quantity 2. So pack of 10, that would give you 20 envelopes, or pack of 15, that would give you 30. And you add it to your cart, and then you just check out with the addresses that you want. Alternatively, I think there's a more complicated way of looking them up, like postal store, shipping supplies. But why would you do that if you can just, boom, search it for it online, or search for it in the search bar. You see, and they don't even have it here. That's annoying. Anyway, that's how I would do it. Tutorial is concluded. Any questions, let me know. I'm here.